The water rising, but seems more dismissive than fearful.
When there's waves starting to crash right here, then I'll start to be a little concerned. But until then, I'm good.
But about half an hour later, everything changes.
It is 6:55 and the power just went out. So we're officially screwed.
She has no idea how right she is. Plunged into darkness, the wrath of Sandy takes hold. The storm surge sends water pouring in hard and fast. The ocean engulfs the neighborhood. Then, out of all that darkness, Mary spots unusual light.
We've had to take higher ground. A bunch of homes are on fire.
Our producers Jim and Katura are with the women as a huge blaze breaks out down the block.
It's destroyed, it feels like. It's like the apocalypse is hit.
It is now 10 o'clock. With the flames menacing, the forces of nature finally deal a trace of good fortune to the neighborhood. The tides turn and the water mercifully recedes, low enough for the Leperas and others to make a desperate escape.
Next time there's a large storm, I'm just going to leave. It's not worth it.
Many here expected that there would be flooding, there would be loss of power, but then this fire just erupted.
As Jim reports from the scene, an explosion in the distance. Cars are blowing up.
That's where we parked. It's all gone. We moved from one spot to the next spot, and we finally...
Okay, you see this guy here? You see this? Okay, I spent a lot of time looking at stuff on here and doing research. This guy here, you see that yellow, that blue, that purple flash? Okay, that's indicating that something's going on. Interdimensional, spiritual, whatever. But the thing is this guy here who's saying that, oh, you know, everything's gone, you know, this is after Hurricane Sandy. This is New York. Okay, I'm going to show you something now. I'm going to show you how we're getting screwed, or whatever it is that's going on is going to be made clear right here in one picture. Okay, so you see this guy, he's already made himself known during the flood. He's up there, oh, this is terrible, it's the worst thing ever. Okay, let's take a look at something here real quick, and we'll make some heads or tails out of it. Here we go. I was looking at another video. This is the Aurora. I know I spelled it wrong. My spelling's atrocious. Anybody who knows me knows it. My typing skills are even worse. The Aurora shooting, they did a drill of this thing prior to the shooting, just like 9/11 was prior to the shooting. This is the same dude. No doubt in my mind. It's exactly the same guy. And you're seeing more and more of the shit crop up. Even in the shooting thing, this Greenberg family. If you go look, they're in it. They're in a bunch of these disaster things. That freaking weird doctor, okay? The way that guy acted, that medical examiner, let me explain something to you. If you don't understand, a medical examiner that does autopsies has to go to college to become a doctor. You got to be a doctor before you can be an ME, okay? Which means you got to study the whole body because, well, crimes are solved with it. Causes of death. So an ER doctor may not be qualified as a forensic pathologist, which is what that guy's supposed to be. So this here should show you that we're being screwed with. If you look closely, this guy is not there. This is a computer simulation. That's a green screen behind him. That's a video that's behind the guy that's being presented. This guy is not here, and he's not here. It's not happening. If you look close, you can tell that he stands out from the background in a different way than it would be if he was ingrained within it, like in the TV. if you stood in front of the TV and you had your husband or your wife take a picture of you, yeah, you'll see the background, but you can definitely tell. And you can see it here. We're being manipulated. We're being manipulated in some way, shape, or form. We've been sucked into an internet reality. I don't know. I'll try and explain that later. But whatever this is, I'm aware that there's something going on. And I think that's the biggest thing that people are missing. If people in here where we're at are actually real, or are they just computer simulations? Because trying to teach people this shit, they don't care. I mean, it's like they're programmed not to. When I say programmed, I mean like a program. Like screaming at the like a character in a TV. They don't get it. They don't hear you. So this at least will prove to us that this dude is not who you think he is. And I want to also state that this guy, I mean, if you go back and you watch the last video I did, when he goes, well, where are the kids at? Oh, they're upstairs on the second floor. I'll get to them tomorrow. So what? You have 20 unrefrigerated bodies that you're going to get to tomorrow. Okay? If you look at this guy, he looks like he's superimposed on the screen. Now, there was a movie back in the 60s called Westworld. This guy is such a goof and such an egghead. Okay, why does he need all of these cops around him? He isn't Muammar Gaddafi, okay? That's the first thing. Second thing is, this almost appears to me, and I'm just stretching it a little bit, it's almost like he inserted himself into a virtual reality where he decided that he wanted to be a doctor in a major murder case. And so because he's playing his real personal self, he's an idiot. He's not qualified. But to the programs around him, the machine has already told him that he really is a doctor. So they don't question the stupidity that you and I are seeing. I mean, I don't know how else to explain this. I can do it biblically. But I'm just saying, if we were just to keep this on technology, this is like some moron that was a technician in a virtual reality game, injected himself into the game because he said, oh, I want to help, solve a murder mystery. And in order for that to happen, the machine has to create the situation for him to go into. So once the situation is established, he picks a medical examiner, he goes down, he appears in the game as being a doctor, but anybody with a trained eye can see that this guy is actually a fraud. Nobody acts like this, excuse my language, nobody acts like this motherfucker. And while I'm screaming and yelling, where are the bodies from Columbine? Why no footage of the video of the funeral? The World Trade Center, where are the bodies? Shooting in Aurora, where's the footage of the bodies being buried? Where are the parents? Where's the ID? Where's anything? What about the news? Since when does the news not go to bother people? Where's Fred Phelps from the fucking church screaming, God's doing this to you? Why is there no footage from inside the schools? Where's all these fucking bodies from the Holocaust? Where's everything at? There's no footage of any of these people being buried. There's no bodies. There's nothing. It's got nothing to do with privacy. The news is the last one to care about privacy. Where are these bodies? And why is he saying something about a fucking tent? He's saying it wasn't a tent, it was this magnificent thing. Who uses that in a statement when there's death involved? That's why I'm telling you, there's something on a major level that makes no sense here. There's no pictures of the inside Columbine except for some still footage of two idiots. There's no bullet holes. There's no testimony. There's no parents coming forward. We've got fake parents here with fake kids making fake stories about how these kids, oh, she's 6 years old and she was the light of our life. But then you got to get into character to do it. That's what's going on. It's like this thing they're either sticking it so far up our ass that we can't not see it, or the machine is breaking down. Biblically, it says in the end the veils will be removed. So obviously we're starting to see what the real reality of things is here. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'll try and be a little bit more calm and reserved in the next video. But I mean, ask yourself, where's all the footage? Where's all the pictures? Where are all the children? Where are the bodies?